Hi, everybody. This is SAAD for the SAAD Truth. Only a few days in the sun, and look at the skin color. So, whenever you've seen me looking all off color, that's because that's what happens when you're stuck in the frozen tundra. Your natural glory is suppressed. In any case, today I wanted to talk briefly about an article that was sent to me by a professor by the name of Mitchell Langbert. He published an article in a journal called Academic Questions titled Homogeneous: The Political Affiliations of Elite Liberal Arts College Faculty. This is actually really apropos, this article that he sent me, because I'm speaking in a few days at the Society for Academic Freedom and Scholarship at University of Western Ontario, which has now rebranded itself as Western University. This is on May 5th. I hope if you're in the area, you can come and attend my keynote. And I'll be talking about all sorts of maladies that have been afflicting the soul of the university. And at one point, of course, I talk about the lack of intellectual diversity. This is an exercise that I've done in the past using previous published articles, but this latest article simply adds to a finding that is only too robust. So let me just give you the details of the study. This is looking at 51 of the 66 top-ranked liberal arts colleges in U.S. News 2017. Two of those colleges are actually military colleges. So for some of the analyses, he ends up removing them. So he shows you the data without those two. So it ends up being 49 colleges, precisely because the two military colleges, if you like, are anomalies when compared to the other elite liberal arts colleges. But in any case, so they were, the sample size, the original sample size was 8,688 tenure track professors with PhDs. 5,197 of which were registered as either Democrat or Republican. And then what he basically did is he looked at the ratios. He did a whole bunch of analysis, but he looked at the ratios across different disciplines, across different tiers of colleges. So I'll just mention here two slides, both of which I'll be again discussing in my upcoming talk this Saturday. So let's go through the first one. So this is the ratio of Democrats to Republicans. So the lowest ratio, in other words, the least lopsided ratio, is engineering 1.6, chemistry, and then it jumps to chemistry 5.2, economics 5.5, professional, I'm not sure exactly what that means in this case, also 5.5, mathematics 5.6, physics 6.2, computers 6.3, political science 8.2. 8.2 means more than 8-to-1 ratio of Democrats to Republicans. Psychology 16.8, history 17.4, philosophy 17.5, biology 20.8, language 21.1, environmental studies 25.3, geoscience 27, classics 27.3, theater 29.5. Boy, whomever said that there is lopsided bias in the faculty surely must have been lying. So I'm not sure where I left off. So classics 27.3, theater 29.5, music 32.8, art 40.3. Oh yeah, sociology, activism 43.8. Of course, English 48.3. Now again, please remember, 48.3 means the ratio is 48 plus to 1. Bias? No bias. Religion? 70. Anthropology? There are no registered Republicans that were identified in anthropology. It's 56 to 0. And finally, oh yeah, communications 108 to 0. This again is from an article, The Political Affiliations of Elite Liberal Arts College Faculty by Langbert, 2018. He's a professor at the business school at Brooklyn College. And then let me go to the next slide. Then he looks at how lopsided that ratio is as a function of, if you like, the prestige of the college in question. And so he breaks them up into tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, and then he gives you the aggregate ratio across the university or colleges within each of the tiers. So let me just read for you the ratios. This is the 49 non-military colleges. Tier 1, so the top schools, 21.5 across disciplines, across the schools, 21.5 to 1 ratio, Democrat to Republican. Oh, surely these are all machinations of the alt-right, that there is such a bias in university campuses. It's only a 21.5 to 1 ratio. Seems pretty even. Then tier 2, 12.8, tier 3, 12.4, and then tier 4, 6.9. What this basically shows is the more prestigious the liberal arts college, the more lopsided it is to Democrats to Republicans. Again, for those of you who might be tempted to write, but why would that be surprising? Professors are smart, so of course they should be Democrats. Well, then you're part of the problem. For many issues, it is unclear who holds, the truth on that issue. What should be our fiscal policy? Is the death penalty a good thing or not? What do you think about abortion? What should be our foreign intervention policy? There are good arguments to be made on both sides of the political aisle. If you are a student addressing these issues, it certainly would help to hear a broad perspective of ideas when it comes to tackling these very difficult, nuanced, gray topics. But apparently, the more prestigious the school you attend, the more of an echo chamber you'll belong to. And of course, these are the folks who then become the professors and the journalists and the greater intelligentsia, all of whom have been inculcated with this dreadful lopsided reality. So this is one of the many maladies that I'll be discussing in my talk this Saturday. I hope that you'll be there. I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.